Hello, Chris here. Today I wanted to talk about what a teacher wants. So this is for students of all kinds or teachers who want to know what my expectations were. So I have a degree in social studies with a minor in English and an education degree. I'm also a hairstylist. So I taught both cosmetology and like regular curricular classes, social studies, English, psychology, bunch of different things, mostly high school, a little bit of junior high, career and technology foundation courses. I've taught primarily trauma kids, and I've done in person and I've done online as well. Due to my health, I am no longer teaching, not formally in a classroom, but we are always teachers all the time. So my philosophy is to teach with love. There's another video on that. And I just wanted to give some tips and tricks. So the very first thing is to be a good student, to be a good teacher, is mutual respect. And that is kind of the key. And as long as that is what is sort of set up, everything is going to go just fine. When it comes to assignments, as a teacher, I personally, and I know most teachers, like something that's different. So make it interesting to mark, because I am marking the same thing over and over and over again, and I may have 100 students doing the exact same assignment. So sometimes this is easier when it's a creative assignment and you have a lot of leeway to do what you want, and sometimes this is harder. So let's say it's social studies and you are doing a formal written document, and it's very prescribed in what you have to do. So a source analysis or something like that, where you have, your 2 or 3 sources, you're analyzing them, When you're doing that, to make it more interesting for the person marking it, it's not about making it more creative like you can do with other assignments. It's about making your ideas interesting to read. So if 40 people are going to write about the exact same thing, try and think of something that other students may not be writing about, or coming at it with a different perspective. Something so that when I'm marking this, my brain goes, oh, wow, that's interesting. I didn't think about it that way. That's, going to make it more interesting for me to mark. And I'm not saying that interesting is necessarily like where your marks are going to come from, but it doesn't hurt, and it does help your teachers, give us a little mind break. When it comes to assignments where you get to be a little bit more creative, then things like using alternative things to, Microsoft PowerPoint, because we see a lot of PowerPoints and eventually they get kind of boring. So there's programs like eMaze or Prezi or Canva, all these other programs where you can do something a little bit different. I've had assignments that were like a collection of bookmarks with the information, video games, board games, puppet shows, actual physical items created, a book digital, or I've had like a physical book, a video recorded, interviews, audio recordings. All of those things are super important. Here's where people lose a lot of marks, is they don't answer all of the questions. So let's say there's 12 questions, or there's multiple parts to a question, 1A through D. Answer all of the parts and answer them as separate things, not as combined answers, because if you're answering question 1 and question 7 in the same paragraph, and I have to go through and read your paper 6 times because I'm trying to hunt around for things, that's frustrating for me, and it's also going to impact your mark, because I'm really having to pick through and try and find those things, and if I'm having to pick through and try and find those things, they're probably not all there, or you've got half marks because you got a little of this and a little of that. Make it really clear for whoever's marking your stuff. So question 1, answer 1A, 1B, 1C, whatever it is, very clearly laid out. Rubrics, look at the rubric and use it. So when you're done your assignment, go back and go, did I answer that? Even check off on the rubric. So where do I fit in? Did I answer this question? Do I meet these requirements? The rubrics are there. Use them. Edit. Please edit your work. Go through it, read it out loud. When you're reading stuff out loud, you can find where commas are. So if you stop to take a breath when reading something out loud, there should be a comma there. If you have a sentence, let's say you have a paragraph and you have multiple sentences, if they are the same thought, they belong to the same sentence. And they may need to be separated by a comma or a semicolon, but they are the same sentence. If they are separate thoughts, they are separate sentences. Reading stuff out loud really helps with things like flow as well. It'll help you figure out if you're missing words. Our brain likes to say, hey, that word's in there, but it's not. And so when you read it out loud, you'll go, something seems a little bit off with this. So it'll help you with the flow. Get somebody else to look at your work. That can be really helpful, trade off with somebody else. And I always allowed my students to redo their work. Not every teacher does. So if you get your marks back and you're like, oh, I'm not really happy with this, ask if you can redo it and see if your teacher will allow you. When you're in class, whether it's in person or online, I personally feel like your participation should be up to you as to what level of your comfort is. So, you know, if it's online, whether your camera's on or your audio's on, it does help with connecting with the class and participation. But I feel like that should be kind of your comfort level. The more you participate though, the more you can get out of it. And ask questions, whether that's in person or through email. If you're confused, don't sit in your confusion. Ask. You know, maybe you're asking a friend in the class or ask the teacher. We are always happy to answer your questions. We would much rather you ask than sit there confused, because if you're confused on step A, by the time you get to like step F, you're completely confused and don't know what to do, and it's harder for us to help you at that point when we could have just helped you at A, right? And the biggest thing is just have fun. Thanks, have a great day.